Be like water, like agua. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ant Dollar back with another video, but y'all know what time it is. No bling, no bitches, no bullshit. You know that already because you watching this right now. You on this YouTube channel, you on my video, but just in case, let's say by some off chance that you just stumbled on this YouTube channel, you happen to get your click through on, went down the rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole took you to me. I'll be a host for all the fuck shit and fuckery going on this YouTube channel in this part of the world. It's your boy Ant Dollar back, man. Y'all know what time it is. So, fellas, let's get to the good shit, shall we? Without any further ado, fellas, be like water. Be like water. What does that mean? Be adaptable, man. Shit changes. You know, life goes through its up and downs, peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. Be like water. That's one of Bruce Lee's most famous quotes. I don't know if y'all know who Bruce Lee is. Some of y'all might be a little young, but one of the greatest martial artists and really philosophers of his time and really of all times, if you really want to think about it. A lot of people model their way of living or the way that they do things or at least look at things after the way Bruce Lee did. So very, very influential man. And if you look at the phrase be like water, just as it is, without any context or anything like that, one thing you know about water is that it takes different forms and it really adapts to a situation. So for instance, I could have a cup of water and it could sit there and just be a cup of water. But if I pour that water over this microphone arm, or I'll just use my arm. So if I pour water over my arm, what it's gonna do is it's gonna roll down my arm, obviously, and then some of it'll go around a little bit. It just takes the form of whatever is going on. Same thing where you could, you see ice cubes or frozen water essentially, where, I could freeze it in one of those ice trays and it'll be a cube, or, some fancy, I guess, ice tray makers or whatever. Some of them are in a circle. So if I put the water in there, it'll come out, it'll be a circle. And then some have star shapes. So if I put the water in there, freeze it, it'll come out as a star, right? Then you can look at another form of water, which is evaporation or steam. When you're boiling a pot of water to make your top ramen, what do you notice? Or how do you know that the water's done? You start seeing the steam go up. Water takes many, many different forms. It's very adaptable to its situation or whatever's going on. If it's too hot, it'll just turn into steam and evaporate, go into the clouds, come back down as rain sometime, right? I don't know if that's actually what happens, but that's what they told us at school or something like that. I ain't been to school in a while. Anyways, you could also freeze it. It could be completely solid, you know, or it could just be water itself where it pours, it rolls, over rocks or whatever the case may be. And each three of these forms of water are still water. They're just adapting to the situation. Now, how do I relate that to us as human beings and what we're doing? Life changes so fast. The only thing that's for sure in this life is change. Everything's not gonna always be how you want it. Well, shit, most of the time it's not gonna be how you want it. Or, I mean, what's the point of living, right? The whole spice of life is variety and having new things to go after, whether that be physical, material things, whether that be mental things, goals, things like that. You have to be adaptable in all situations, especially, if you're trying to build your business and you still working for somebody on the side or whatever the case may be. You definitely need to be adaptable when you're dealing with other people because human moods change all the time. No one feels the same 24 hours a day. Even if it's the greatest day, it could be the greatest day ever from the second you wake up to the second you go to sleep. And at some point, that happiness is going to dip just a little bit because it's emotions. They go up and down. It's like a roller coaster that we can't ever get off of. And that's a gift and a curse because, if we couldn't feel things, if we couldn't get emotional responses or give emotional responses to things, I think they call that a sociopath. I don't know. I'm not the dictionary guy. I didn't graduate school. I graduated high school. I didn't graduate college. So I ain't the smartest, but I know a little bit about a little bit. I know a lot of bit about a little bit. So anyways, moving on. Being adaptable, being willing, and not only being willing, but being excited about change, being excited about, shit might go left or right, but you ready for either which way it goes. You're not sweating it. You're not mad at it. You're not tripping on it. You're not oh God, please, can you just change this one thing? I swear to God, Well, I guess I'm swearing to God, but I'm talking to God at the same time, and I didn't mean to swear at you. I'm talking swearing to the other God. I'm talking to you. I'm asking you to help me out. But look, listen. You don't want to live your life like that. Just be adaptable. Just be ready for shit to go left. And then, you go left when it goes left, and then be ready for shit to go back right. And then you go right when it's time to go right. But there's nothing wrong with things going wrong. There's nothing wrong with failing, because I feel like you learn more in the failure than you ever will in the success. Because when you win, that was the goal. The goal was to win, right? If it's a game or whatever the case is, you're trying to get this raise, you're trying to get a job, whatever it is. Once you acquire that thing, the win essentially is over with, because you did what you set out to do, right? But when you lose, when you fail, you have to sit on that failure. And I don't know about y'all, but I hate to lose. I'm not the greatest loser in the world. So when I fail at things, I take it hard, and I'm hard on myself a lot of times. I feel like I'm harder on myself than anybody has ever been, much less than people are right now. So, sorry, I just got a text. Anyways, fuck all that. So, my, not really suggestion, but my mantra really is just, yo, shit changes, but I'm still dollar. Y'all probably ain't gonna get that till later on, but when y'all catch it, y'all gonna be like, oh shit. Yeah. So, and that's real. I mean, no matter what happens, no matter what type of change occurs, I'm still me. I'm still myself. I'm still excited about the opportunity. I'm still grateful for the opportunity. I'm still glad that, you know, I was able to be blessed with things. And I don't have a lot of shit, obviously. I mean, I don't have a lot of material things. I don't have a ton of money. I don't have a lot of that stuff, but I do realize that I'm blessed way more than a lot of people, that way more than some people are, I should say, all over the world. I mean, I go outside and see them every day, having to live outside in 107 heat, 117 heat. Like, it's inhumane, and it's not anyone's direct fault. I guess maybe you could say it's their fault from the choices they made or whatever. But sometimes, you're presented with two bad choices. So no matter which choice you make, it's going to be the wrong one, right? So I realize I'm blessed. I realize that, I have a lot more opportunity than a lot of people have. And I don't take that lightly, and it's taken me a long time to become adaptable. It's taken me a while to kind of learn that about myself, because anyone that knows me personally, that like really knows me, that got real time invested into me, our relationship or whatever, they know how I am. I'm not a control freak, but I like to have my hand on the pulse of things. I like to be in the know of the direction of where things are going. You know, it's so much uncertainty. Like I said at the beginning of this video, being adaptable and expecting change, expecting things to be different than they were yesterday or 2 hours ago or 5 minutes ago. Just being ready for that and embracing that and finding a light in that, which may sound kind of weird, but I think once men, as men, were able to let go of the we have to control everything and we have to solve this problem right now and we have to get to the bottom of this right now, as opposed to just, what, let's this, and women are good at this, let's feel these emotions right now. Let's acknowledge what we're feeling, like if it's hurt or if it's anger or if it's this or if it's happiness or if it's sadness, whatever it is, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the water splashing back and forth, if you will. Instead of being caught up in that, trying to figure it out, trying to solve it, trying to explain it, make it logical, because men generally think logically. We're generally point A to point B, point A, B, C, D. It has to make sense to us. Whereas, a lot of women, they've been kind of cultivating in their emotions since they were little girls. So when they get older, they know how to deal with a lot of those changing emotions a lot better than a lot of guys do. That's why you see guys go crazy and kill their girlfriends and all sorts of crazy shit, because as men, we're told to suppress all of our emotions. We're told that You know, you're not even supposed to feel those type of emotions, or you're a bitch, or you're gay, or whatever the case is, whatever. And to a certain point, that's true, but I don't think that you shouldn't feel the emotions. I think that you shouldn't always show those negative or those overwhelming emotions as a man. That's all. And I learned that from doing what? Being like water, did you say? You said adapting? You said I had adaptability. That's how I figured that shit out. You would be correct, my friend. Look here, fellas. Hold on. Let me stop everything real quick. Guys, you got this. You doing this. You've been doing this. You've always gonna be doing this. I promise you. There ain't nobody on this planet, in this fucking solar system, in this universe, in any galaxy, anywhere. They talking about we got aliens coming down. Ain't none of them like you. You gotta keep going motherfucking hard. Actually, fuck that. Go harder than you've been going. No, you know what? Fuck that. Go even harder than I just told you to go harder than right now. There's no reason not to. The world is yours, fellas. Look, I'm gonna say this one last time. Be adaptable. Be ready for anything, and anything will be ready for you. Listen, like and subscribe if you fucking with it, man.